This episode is supported by FX's Clipped, the scandalous story of the 2014 Clippers owner's racist remarks captured on tape and heard around the world. The series charts the tape's impact on a dysfunctional basketball organization striving to win against their reputation as the most cursed team in the league. Starring Lawrence Fishburne, Jackie Weaver, Cleopatra Coleman, and Ed O'Neill. FX's Clipped, streaming June 4th, only on Hulu.
Savage Unfiltered.
Hey guys, welcome to another Savaged Army segment here. Big shout out to @MalContent34. Much appreciation and support to the show, man. Savaged Unfiltered. Where to go from here, right?
Whether it's because she loved me or she wanted child support. I don't know. Now I'm going to get letters from all the females.
Apparently, Al Pacino is becoming a parent again. He's 83.
I see some
Bob
people
De Niro
happy.
just
They like it. They appreciate
had
it.
a child in 79, and people seem to have a lot of opinions. I'm not sure why, but why?
Well, because they're older, they're older. Life is finite. I'm sorry to say. No one has come back so far.
But they're not taking the kids.
Well, I find that men to feel younger, they like to go out with the younger. To make women feel younger, we get Botox. Men get a girl. That's what they like to do. They get a younger girl to feel younger.
Then we go to Joey. Joey has fallen and can't get up. Joe Biden. My God, did anybody see that crazy embarrassment of a segment? Help me, I can't get up. I can't get up. Just launched a brand new merchandise on SavageArmy.com, guys. Check it out. Lay it on the table. Available in coffee mugs and t-shirts and all types of crazy shit.
Left them in the will. The family gathers around and reads it, and then someone screams out, she's laughing up at us from hell. It's me, I am the problem, it's me, I am the problem, it's me, hi. Everybody agrees, It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me, tight, everybody agrees, I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror, it must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
Want to say thank you to my friend Pink Sunshine on TikTok. Thanks very much, guys, for checking out Savage Army segment here. Till next time, guys.
Savage.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again.
More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
Savage Unfiltered.
Under. The only reason I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking
Your host, Michael Gardner.
Proper fashion at the proper time.
Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, we made it. Hey, oh shit. Shanky, you had that fucking thing blasted. My God. Anyway, guys, welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. I'm the handsome man with the mic problems here that just keeps to go back and forth. Got to get a new boom arm. I think that's what the problem is. Hey, goofs and laughs, guys. You got to love it. But, guys, welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. Keep it savage. That's right, guys. If you're joining us here on Rumble Live, yes, we are live streaming on Rumble, so thank you very much. See some people coming in. Thank you for coming in. If you like us, hit that like and follow button on all major platforms, including Rumble, which were available on iHeart, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Music. I'm not going to go through them all, guys. There's like so many different little platforms popping up literally left and right. But guys, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Michael, here. Bear with me. A little scratchy here for the last week. Did some venturing out into the wilderness known as America. That's right, guys. The savaged wilderness of America. And had myself a productive week. Did some movie shoots down in Miami. Working with Will Smith, Martin Lawrence for the latest Bad Boys movie coming out. So I had that permission to use that, but can't give you any more. But yeah, guys, welcome to the show. I want to bring Joseph in here, my compadre, the main man, the myth, the legend from Detroit, Michigan. Joseph, buddy, welcome.
Hey, hello, Savaged Army. Welcome to new Savaged Army Live, people. Thanks. I got 3 things before we get to the other co-host, guests, whatever. First, you can see my background, BTS behind the scenes. Joseph has ghosting problems with his green screen. You can see it there now. Well, when I first came into Restream, and I think it's because Sadia and David were also in the green room, I was having major delay video issues while in the green room, and you can see I still have some ghosting, but not as bad. So I put up that background, because
we figured it out, Joseph.
Well, the issue is,
we figured it out. You're using a digital screen.
Yeah.
You got to get the green screen.
Got to
get the.
I don't
go to Walmart for God's sakes and buy one for like $10.
I don't actually have a green screen behind me, so yeah, there are ghosting issues as the live camera feed tries to merge it, not quickly and succinctly and properly as we're streaming live, or even when we're recording. But it's better than it was before you came on, Mike, and brought us on live. The second thing is, yes, why don't you have your principles, not personalities shirt yet? Declare you're part of the Savaged Army, and to the world, you are about principles.
Oh, Joseph put me on the fucking spot here.
Principles, not personalities, and the Joe, the man, the myth, the legend shirt to piss off your neighbors with, right?
Joseph wants some props for the show, so I'm going to give you a prop here because this is going to be on another episode
I didn't know you had something with you, but
yeah, well, we're actually going to be sponsored here along with several sponsors of Bodman. It's tremendous, guys. Ripped ab, or what is it? Really ripped abs. There we go. I had to make sure I put that on there. But you put some Bodman on there. Oh, smell fucking right in the mouth. Excuse me. That stuff. Oh man, I hope I don't get poisoned. You fucking get the fucking water, man. Get the fire hydrant for me. I'm fucking losing it.
But why haven't you gone to SavageDArmy.com yet? There's only a couple things there now, more to come, but there's some great stuff. The Better Dead Than Woke that I came up with that Michael added great imagery to you better literally deceased than an undead woke zombie walking around spewing manure. Another great piece up there. And then lastly, the third thing, Michael, put yourself back on screen. Or Shaky, put Mike back on screen.
Oh, no. What, you want me back on screen?
Yeah.
Joseph?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the third thing is great new hairpiece, Michael.
Oh, you guys want me to do the Donald Trump tug test? We were discussing that in the greens behind the scenes. Yeah, and it's real, guys. See, I'm doing the Donald Trump tug test. It's real. It doesn't come off. Or if it's not coming off, it's really good fucking glue.
Right. Really good new do. Like Sadia was joking in the green room, since the guy with no hair. But I didn't choose this hairstyle. The leukemia cancer did. When it came out due to chemo.
God, Joseph,
I kept it shaved.
I got to stop you right there, Joseph. I got to stop you right there. We just got Maggie from fucking Rumble. We're like, Joseph, that's a bad fucking joke. I remember listening to you doing the jokes with Sadia, going back episodes and episodes again. Cut the damn jokes out. Just telling him, thank you, Maggie. Bear with Joseph.
Hey,
he's a rookie.
I'm here for comic relief. That's why Michael dubbed me Joe the Joke Man Leonard. He's Martin, I'm Lewis. He's Abbott, I'm Costello.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, guys. We're gonna have a really good show. I want to discuss something, before we bring on some more people here on the show. I want to discuss something here, Joseph, with increased prices. The increased prices here in America is terrible. It's affecting every type of industry. The recession, I think, worst recession in our lifetimes. Of course, we've seen a really, really bad recession out of, Barack Obama, or like Joseph calls the Obama blunder years. I mean, Joseph, man, like, what is going on with the prices today? It's terrible, buddy. Like, what's going on, man?
And it was about our country and its future. And I wondered what our choice was going to be. Were we going to be small, or are we going to be big?
Yeah, or the Obama, as in Chairman Mao, Obamao. Yeah, the Biden inflation, the Biden recession, and spare us the bullshit about, no, we're not in a, yes, we are. Just like under the Obama years, they changed the way unemployment was calculated to make it look like unemployment numbers were down. They weren't. All that matters is the labor participation rate, the workforce rate. Those are the true numbers. They hit a record low under Obama. They're even under a new record low of unemployment under Joe Biden. All right, and the Biden recession.
Yeah. Oh,
they changed the definition of what qualifies as a recession. Under the original definition of consecutive quarters, we were in a recession halfway into Biden's first year, still are in a recession now.
Savaged on
yeah. I mean, they're just you hear me with the stuttering, guys. I mean, it's just, I don't know what to say about it. I really don't. And I'm not doing it on purpose, Joseph. I don't know what to say about it. I want to bring Sadia into this because, like, we're talking about the entertainment industry. I want to get a little bit of what she's seeing because I'm sure she's seeing it. I mean, she's a comedian, Joseph. She has done some acting and stuff like that. And she still does, from time to time. But I want to get Sadia's insight on this, Sadia. Like, what's your insight on this whole ordeal we're talking about?
Well, first of all, hello, everyone. It's delightful to be here. And, Michael, you're right. I have done some acting. I've got my SAG card. And I've been acting for, I don't know, a long time out here. But it's interesting. A lot of stars are moving to Nevada. They're moving specifically to Las Vegas from California because California is just out of control. So we have Mark Wahlberg, who's going to have a production studio out here. More and more films are going to be coming to Nevada because the situation in California is out of control. You've got the homelessness, you've got the crime, you've got the immigration, and we're not a border state here in Nevada. That's half the problem, but we are a sanctuary city. So the prices, yes, they're going up. I think times are tough. I think we need to make some big changes. Overall, I'm optimistic because I do believe in the American spirit. But right now, there's a lot that's going wrong.
Yeah, a lot going wrong. I mentioned earlier before we went on the air with the adult industry here in Florida, which has a high presence, guys.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your deodorant rash, your favorite cheese, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m., that's really none of our business. Because your life is private. And unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Oh, what kind of talk is that? Oh, that's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo.
there's a lot of issues, here in Florida, like with Texas and with Las Vegas and California. Like, let's talk about the adult industry, Sadia. Like, where do you see, like, what's going wrong with the adult industry? If you don't mind talking about that,
Well,
because
yeah, Michael,
I see some flops. Yeah.
I haven't been to a strip club, but I will say probably free porn is decreasing the demand. So what could a strip club do to draw more people in? And I suggested before we started taping, live music. They have, the recorded music, but they have to find a way to compete with Pornhub. Again, I'm not an expert on this at all, but when guys are getting up in front of strangers and talking about their porn addictions and going on and on about Pornhub, then I know it's a thing.
I'm sorry I had to throw that in there because, like, this is a big thing, guys. And now the reason why I'm saying this is because strip clubs alone, Sadia, like, they make up like 60% of the revenue in the entertainment business. Yeah, I actually looked that up. I did my homework.
No, I believe it. We have a lot of them out here. I mean, this is Vegas. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think Joseph has a question here. I will bring Joseph on. Joseph, buddy, like, what's your question? I know you had a question and everything.
Yeah. I was just typing in chat. Yeah, Sadia, I think, is onto something. And I have a local club, Subies. Well, there's several, but Subies is the next city over. I know them, known them a long time. Great folks. I haven't been there in years either. Again, you just don't have the disposable income. I think Sadia is onto something here. Renovate a little, put a band stage, not a huge one, but a band stage where a group that wants recognition, maybe just starting, needs some name recognition build up.
Yeah.
Let them do a 2-song set at the top and bottom of every hour to mix things up a little and add additional entertainment value.
Before we bring Sadia back into it, because I want to get David's insights on this too, because there's some people that are coming into the show, and I'll get some, I'll put some comments coming through on the show and everything. But we were talking, Joseph, about increasing pricing on Americans is considered tyranny. I think it's considered tyranny. I think I might have said that backwards, but you guys don't understand what I mean. But the prices, I think, Joseph, that they're doing, I think they're doing it on purpose. And here's why, okay? They're putting higher prices on the consumer to try to balance out this inflation, right? I mean, you see that. Now, what you don't see sometimes is when I was at this club here, I mentioned these 3 clubs that I went to, and I'm getting ahead of myself. I do apologize, God. I'm all over the place. I'm just tired, guys. But hang on, bear with me. No, the beer prices, Joseph. We were talking about beer prices like a couple weeks ago. Now, the beer prices at this club, man, they were like $4 a bottle. Now, we're talking about increased prices on Americans, right? They're increasing the price to balance out the inflation. Now, do you think that's a good thing, Joseph, or a bad thing?
Well, yeah, you're kind of referring to the Ron Paul Gold ad about inflation is a hidden tax and tyranny. And we've been telling you this is coming for decades. Democrats were always going to create inflation for multiple reasons. It's a form of tax. It is.
Savage
Your wages may seem to go up more, but they don't keep up with the rate of inflation. And as your paycheck increases, guess what? So does the amount of money the government collects from you in taxes. So, yeah.
David, I'm going to bring David in here because David's got some stuff here on the entertainment business. And David, guys, I mean, he resides in Charlotte, North Carolina. Big city. Big city. Been to Charlotte many times. My father and I mean, it was one of our favorite cities to always visit and everything. David, like, what's your insight on all this, pal? Welcome to the show, by the way. I didn't give you a proper introduction, but sorry about that, man.
No, thank you.
Been off the air for a fucking week and a half, so I'm a little rusty. It's called rustic mic skills, I guess, if that's words.
No, thank you for allowing me to be on the show. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's always great to basically be around other like-minded people. When it comes to the entertainment business, I think everything should be live now. I mean, more people are more into the live feeds, the live, it's more like an intimate way of interacting. COVID kind of put everybody in that dilemma now, because it's like when I was here, it was like everything was virtual, everything was on a computer, everything was just broadcasted. So it wasn't a lot of live. Now people are like, hey, I want to get out there. I want to see it. I don't want to see it from a computer. I don't want to see it from a telephone. I want to see it live. So when it comes to a strip club or any type of place that's trying to grow, you gotta change with the times, and you gotta give the people what they want. The people are going to tell you what they want, and they're going to show you what they want. If numbers are declining, that means you have to go back to the drawing board and figure it out and see what it is. Maybe surveys, maybe mailers, maybe having a poll on your social media page or on your website, just so people can tell you, hey, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, because at the end of the day, everything's about profit. And
David, if I might chime in, man, you mentioned something here that like everyone should be live in a strip club. Like, what do you mean by that?
So everything should be live. So from your music down to your strippers should be live. Because
live in what tense though? Live on the stage, live like what live, communication skills? Because let me explain what I mean. Yeah. When I was at this club, I think that's where they're failing at. And a lot of, entertainment clubs and such, like not just strip clubs, but just regular nightclubs. I think that's where they're failing. Even comedy clubs, Sadia's industry that she's in. Comedy clubs, they're failing right now because of the communication. There's no communication between whether you're in a strip club, right? An entertainer, right? They don't like being called dancers anymore. The proper term is entertainers. Dancers is like so 80s, 70s, 60s. You got to call them entertainers now. They get offended. Everybody's fucking offended in this world. It's fucking sick. But I mean, do you think the communication between, if you're in a strip club, like the entertainer or the dancer or whatever, there's no communications? They're like just dull. Like they're like, they don't want to be there. They have that look on their face. They don't want to be there. Like they're, oh Christ, this is like a last fucking resort here. Like that's the type of look you get from them. Do you think that's what's going wrong?
Yeah, the communication isn't there. I think that everyone's kind of stuck in the old way of strip clubbing, or night clubbing. I've been to a couple nightclubs myself. Yeah. And it's no change. You kind of look around and you're saying everybody's doing the same thing. No one really wants to come here anymore because you're doing the same thing. You have to change again with the people, whether you're putting up green screens, whether you're putting up all these flashy lights and kind of engaging the audience. I mean, that's what entertainment now is. It's engaging your audience. Yes, you have a person, if you're at a strip club, dancing in front of you, but when that person leaves me, then what? You see what I'm saying? Then what do I get after that? I mean, they're gone.
Yeah. Well, the chemistry leaves.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, the chemistry leaves, David. Yeah.
Right. So I'm no longer in.
Same thing with Sadia, right? We'll get Sadia's insight on this. Sadia is a comedian and an actress, right? When Sadia is on set, she's got to make sure that she's got the freshest content possible. She's got to make sure she's got all her material, all her ducks in the row. She got to know what to say, what not to say, right? If she says something too early, she might have a couple boos or this and that. Or if she says something just right at the nick of the time, boom, there goes the hype. There goes that pop. Right. In the industry, we call it a pop, like when a certain aspect or a certain presentation in the industry, you get that pop, like take, for instance, do you like professional wrestling, David?
Yeah, I like it. I liked it better when back in the day, but yeah.
Okay. Do you know sometimes on TV, right, when they do these pops on purpose,
right,
during the broadcasting? Now they'll wait mid-level of the broadcasting to do that boom, that pop, to get the ratings up.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
The pops. You got to know when to put the pops in, even in, movies, comedy.
Right.
You're a stand-up comedy act, or, you're a dancer or entertainer in strip club. You got to know who to talk to and who not to talk to.
Right.
And I think that's where they're making a mistake. That's where they're failing. It's not always about flashy graphics and CGI and everything else, because you can sell out more than just that, unless you know how to present yourself. Sadia, you got any insight on this?
Yeah, actually, I've got a lot to say. Thank you so much. A few fun facts about me. It looks like I'm getting a master's in hospitality management from Cornell starting in August. And what's so fascinating is that the hotel industry is great at hospitality. There have been a lot of innovations in the last 20, 30, 40 years about customer retention and how to treat the guests and how to build the experience. And I think where comedy fits into this is, the world is hurting. There are a lot of people who feel alone after COVID, or just mental health issues, dealing with life. And so we're kind of looking for the influencers isn't quite the word I want, but we're looking for somebody to say, oh my God, I feel exactly that way. Or, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. So here's a shameless plug. I wrote an album of dick songs, and it's not OnlyFans, okay? I'm a lady. But I keep hearing these guy comics get up and talk about their porn addiction and talk about their dicks. So I wrote songs. One of them's called Toilet Bowl. One of them's called Dicks. They're different kinds of dicks. I think as artists, we dig deep and we look at the scary parts, and I find a way to make it funny. For example, what the fuck is going on when we're taking homeless American vets out of hotel rooms in New York City to put undocumented immigrants in their place? I cannot be the only one that is horrified by this. But what can I do from Las Vegas? Well, I can write a song. The song can go on Spotify. I can talk about it here. Americans are good people. COVID kind of messed us up. The economy's kind of a mess. Russia, Ukraine, there's a lot we can freak out about. But just knowing that other people are freaking out about it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Another quick thing I'm freaking out about: food self-sufficiency, bruh. China's buying up all our farmland. Why is no one saying anything about this? Comedy and even strip clubs, any kind of entertainment, can be a way to unite the like-minded people so we can start making some changes. That's what I gotta say.
Oh, yeah, I've got three things just to lastly address Sadia. That's why Gutfeld show on Fox is the only show on Fox I watch. And I've been saying for decades, we need more people like Gutfeld and Sadia who can reach people through humor, because if you go at them with a serious face and topic, and they're going to roll their eyes and walk away. Sadia, Greg, and yes, for you who whined about my joking in the audience, go through things through comedy, because we get your guard down. And we could get something past your defenses, or Snowflake's defenses, I should say, that otherwise wouldn't. And also to tie everything together, like Sadia, David, and you said, Mike, stripper versus entertainer. There's a difference. Hospitality, like Sadia was saying. All right, a stripper is just there. I'm here for the bucks. How many lap dances can I shove in an hour? And that's it. An entertainer understands that you work with customers. And a comedian at the top of every hour for a 10-minute set wouldn't require a new stage. Just give them a wireless mic. Let them do 10 minutes of comedy. And the entertainers work the room, work the crowd, work the customers. That is what's called long-term relationships and garnering repeat customers, developing a regular. Over the long haul, you make more money. by having developed a relationship with the customers rather than, like you said, Michael, I don't want to be here. Do you want to fucking dance or not? Attitude. Right? Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the last thing, I want to go back to the inflation thing, what you said, because again, not everybody's going to go to a strip club, but if you do, if you're one of the lucky ones that is still doing okay in this economy, please go to terrorstrikes.info/charity. There are charities that need your help because so many more people are suffering because of Bidenflation and Biden recession. terrorstrikes.info/charity. Please help others if you can.
Yeah. Joseph, I put that graphic, producer Shaky put the graphic on the, what's going on with America's strip clubs. And I know it's sometimes people, that it's like, like, why are we talking about strip clubs? Well, I mean, God, guys, you got to remember, this was a fucking booming industry, like in the early 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. I mean, like sex sold back then. Now you go to these clubs and they're like, the damn, it looks like no one wants to be there. They have the face. It's like a flat, like a flat board. They're like,
seriously,
man.
Yeah, no, we've talked before, Michael, on the show about, I am indeed conservative and somewhat traditional. I'm born, raised Catholic. Don't get me started on the nincompoop, though, in his communism rather than Catholicism. But, I'm not prudish when it comes to sex. I have no problem with the strip clubs. If you don't want to go, don't go. Just shut the hell up and let those who want to go, go. But people, for those of you who are prudish kind of Christians and want them all shut down, you know what? They're paying taxes. They're helping the community. They're employing people. Whether you like it or not, just don't go. They're employing people who are paying taxes.
Skull Shaver, the power of a smooth, clean shave in the palm of your hand. The Pitbull Skull Shaver has a battery life of 90 minutes. Its blades conform perfectly to your head to ensure no nicks or cuts, and they give you up to 90 shaves. All this in a smoothly shaven head in just 90 seconds. You can do that? And the cleanup, it's nice and easy because it catches all the hair without getting everywhere. And it rinses just like that. Don't be rough, be smooth with the Pitbull Skull Shaver.
They're important pieces of communities where they exist if they're a good club and not just some sleazy dive.
Joe, I was at this club like a couple of nights ago down in Miami. It's called Lido, Lido. So hat tip to you, Lido. They have a club in Cocoa Beach, Florida. So highly suggest you check it out. Please, guys, if you're in Cocoa Beach, to all my SpaceX employees, somewhat NASA employees over there, or even people that are part of the Patrick Space Force base there at Satellite Beach. Visit Lido. It's a tremendous club. The beer prices, Joseph, are $4 a bottle domestic, $6 foreign, right? And then you can get a mixed drink for like $6. You can't go wrong. They have really, really good beer prices and liquor prices there. So hat tip to you, Leo. Hopefully Lido can bounce around. Joseph, let me just stick on this topic first before we go into something else, before we close out the show. I'm talking to these dancers there, or excuse me, entertainers, right? I was talking to these entertainers there, and, they had the drawest look on their face, right? And two of them happened to know the show, right? They're like, they've been listening to the show, here, Savage and Unfiltered. And they're like, we're really looking forward to seeing you, live on Rumble and everything this Saturday. I'm like, well, thank you. Joseph will appreciate that too. Thank you very much. I was like, what's going on? She's like, I've been here for 4 hours and I've only made $40. I was like, what? She's only made $40, okay? And you know, I'll mention her first name, but I'm not, you know, doing the whole last name and everything. You know, I don't want to put her out, but you know, there's this girl, Goldilocks, she goes by. And Goldilocks, you know, she's got the whole Goldilocks thing going on, Joseph. She's got the locks and everything. And she's really, really a cute girl, maybe 25, 26 years old. And she's only made like $40. I was like, is that after you paid the house and, you know, the DJ and, you know, the bar tab and all that? And she's like, yeah, because every half hour to 40 minutes, they have to do what's called a payout. And they have to pay out. And that's how the bar keeps tabs of their entertainers and stuff. Instead of, like, usually back in the day, they would always do it at the end of the night. But she's like, I only made $40. I was like, well, how much did you really make? She's like, I made 80, but I had to give the other 40 to the house. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you plan on staying here? She's like, sometimes I only like to do 4 to 6 hours, but I'm looking at usually now staying 10 to 12 hours because just so I can make at least $200-300. I'm like, that's bad.
Yeah,
$40
well, imagine how bad the day crowd is. The weekday day crowd, there's usually 1 or 2 entertainers, right? And again, I think there's a difference between a dancer, stripper, and an entertainer. But yeah, I mean, it's all down. But like to Sadia's point, though, too, and the entertainers aren't real happy with you, but I've gone to Subi's before, sat at the bar, and watched a hockey game, watched a baseball game. It's also a sports bar, right? Yeah. Again, the dancers aren't too happy with you watching a game, but the bar owner sure is. So yeah, they've got to diversify a bit, and again, the entertainers.
Hold on thought, Joseph. I can see David. He's like, geez, you guys are a different show. You guys, we do allow airtime and floor time. So I really appreciate the patience on Sadia and David.
Well, whether you appreciate an entertainer doing what they're doing, they've got bills to pay and mouths to feed too.
I got bills to pay too, Joseph. Just joking.
Go ahead,
but
Dave.
Hold on, David. I felt bad for Goldilocks there. And, you know, out of the 3 girls that I was talking to, you know, they were so comfortable, you know, with me talking to them. They're like, you know, you're such a nice guy. You know, I'm not really Goldilocks. I'm like, yeah, I can understand. Your mother didn't put Goldilocks on the birth certificate. I know what you're talking about. You know, she's like, well, my real name is Dana. I was like, well, nice to meet you, Dana.
Yeah, and remember, a lot of them are there doing that, because the hours are more flexible. They can work hours out there and hopefully work less hours, but still make as much as they would another job because they need to be home. A lot of them have children, of course, or an elderly parent to take care of.
Hey, Joseph, so I'm trying my best to help these clubs. I even bought a shirt for them. You know, they got this beer called Swamp Ape. I don't know if you guys could see it on my shirt.
Yeah.
There it is, Swamp Ape. It's an IPA. It's about like 10% alcohol volume. Really, really strong stuff. I had 2 of them. I fell off the damn stool. I was like, whoa, hell, man.
Oh,
I fell off the stool.
You did a shaky? You were flat out drunk?
No, Shaky does this sometimes when he's drunk. Like fucking weekends at Bernie's or something, you know?
Yeah. Gotta tease Shaky during the show too. Love you, Shaky. Just kidding. Just joking.
Yeah.
But anyway, David wanted to chime in. Sorry,
ahead,
David.
No, David's quiet. David literally, like, remember when we had Tommy on the show, David, and you were having a fucking field trip with that dude. You were like, listen here, from a conservative point, you know, and he was trying to like pick the bones and everything, and David, like the Terminator he is, man.
Yeah, it's just with that, it's just like, where are we headed as far as entertainment? I know that when you look at entertainment, for a person to say they were there for how many ever hours to make $40 or whatnot, that makes a person right there have to rethink, am I in the right spot or am I in the wrong spot? And I'm always saying, because it's like, I wouldn't want to be somewhere and working and all I made was $40 when somebody's out here doing an app, maybe delivering some groceries and made 60 or $80 or $100 and something dollars, but I'm here. I am in this industry where I can't get anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you start questioning things, and then you start asking yourself, where is the industry going?
You know what? Hold that thought, David. You know what could help them? There's an entertainer out there called BJ McNaughty. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, or even the people that are viewing us on Rumble. You know, BJ McNaughty, David, would turn that whole fucking club around. Literally. I mean, she has this clown like persona thing that, you know, she goes from club to club to club. I talk to her on a daily basis. She's going to be in 2 clubs in Vegas next week. And
which
like,
ones?
Are you bringing the clown? What's that?
Which clubs in Vegas?
Sadia got all excited.
Here.
She's like, which ones? Which ones? Oh, you want to go see her, Sadia?
Well, I've never been to a strip club, but if it's highly recommended by you, I can make an exception. I'm over 21.
Yeah.
Not by much. She's barely over 21.
Yes. Sadia's Sas's age. She's only 19. No. And no, she's gonna be in. Where's she gonna be at? Okay. You guys ready? All right. So on Western Avenue, the Library Gentlemen's Club. Are you familiar with that one, Sadia?
I have been past it.
Okay. And then she's gonna be at Deja Vu Showgirls in Las Vegas, which is off of Sammy Davis Jr. Drive.
Yep, behind the strip. I know it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that.
She's gonna be there next week.
Yeah.
Really good. Good girl. Nice girl too.
I've been there, and yeah, we have some Deja Vu outlets around the Michigan area too. They're a national chain. They're fairly subdued compared to some of the other ones. But again, there's a difference between a stripper and an entertainer, and there's a difference between a legitimate club like a Deja Vu or a Subies and all the ones we've talked about, as opposed to just...
You like that Subies, Joseph.
Yeah, I do.
Plug it all the time, man.
I like the people over there. They're great people. I love them.
Can I find Joseph at Subies every like Thursday or Friday or something?
Like I said, I
have
haven't been there in years. I love Joe the bouncer over there.
The author of
Hey,
Terror
Joe.
Strikes, guys, at Subies in Detroit, guys. So check him
Yeah,
out there
I
on
should
Thursdays
do
and Fridays.
Do a book signing there, but yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Joseph, sign some titties, man. You know. But no.
But no, there's a difference between a good club and a dive. You know, again, everything there's black, white. No, usually a lots of areas of gray, right?
Lots of areas of gray. What do you mean by that?
But anyway, David was going to chime in more, weren't you? Didn't you have something else, Dave?
No, the last thing I was just going to say was, the interesting thing is I want to know, and I think a lot of people want to know, where does the industry go from here? I mean, is comedy going to take over? Because I'm seeing more people go to comedy shows. I'm seeing more people get into comedy. I'm seeing more people get away from spending money on, going somewhere where they're not really entertaining anymore, because comedy is taking over. More people are into comedy. They're into theater arts. So,
Yeah.
I mean, is it moving away from the strip club? And if it is, the strip club has to make a change and do what comedy and you have to do what theater arts are doing.
They're going to have to make a change, David, because if they don't make a change and they don't learn to adapt in the 21st century, listen, folks, again, strip clubs, they were booming in the 20th century. They were booming in the 90s, the 80s, and the 70s, and somewhat of the 60s. But the 60s were just taking that boom right to the next level. They lost their base. Some of these clubs are like literally just depending on regular locals that come in, a couple days a week. Even the dancers had told me there. The couple of girls I was talking to, they're like, we just depend on our regulars that come in. I'm like, how many regulars do you have, if you don't mind me asking? The one girl was like, I have 4 regulars that come in. So out of the 4 regulars in a given week, I'll make about $500-600. I'm like, that is nothing. $500-600 in a week? That's nothing. In your industry, that's shit.
Compared to what it used to be, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's still better than some regular jobs may pay. And again, the point being more flexible and less hours. But to David's point, comedy is okay because of a lot of the woke movies, people going to comedy clubs. But again, that depends then on if you've got, like, Portofino, the comedy room, brings in conservative comics like a Sadia, who will tell down the middle jokes or somewhat conservative jokes or fun stuff like the Dick stuff.
I love that album.
I'm Alec.
I'm Abby.
We've been together, it'll be 2 years next month. We met on a dating website, actually. I didn't want to wait for her to message me back on there.
He slid into my DMs, guys. He did. That he did. When I got in the car, I never thought I would be with someone that has tattoos. My mom's gonna kill me. Like, we've been dating for like 5 months, and I was like, why is this guy not telling me that he loves me? Like, I am great, Alec. I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna tell him that I love him. And I like wrap my arms around him.
No. She came out a full-on sprint, yelling, Alexander Wallace, I love you. My favorite quality is how genuine she is. Like, no matter what it is, whether, we're joking around, we're being serious, playful, she's just always there. She just kind of like gets me, she's that other half that I've been looking for. And better half, butter half. Nothing is too awkward for us to talk about with each other.
Because we're standing in a room in our underwear talking to people we've never met.
It's an adventure, so it's always fun with her.
Dicks. David, did you hear that yet? Did you hear her album, Dicks? You gotta listen.
Lord.
It's on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Dicks. All about dicks. There's small dicks.
I gotta
there's
tell
little dicks.
David something. I gotta tell David something.
Go ahead. Just
Okay,
shut me
so
up. It's okay.
David-
Put me in the corner.
On my album cover, there's a Chinese dick with blue balls because my producer said fuck China. There's a white dick with an American flag, and there's a rainbow dick that's a little bit curvy. Now, I just want to say, people say, where's the black dick? And I say, a CD cover is 4 inches long. Where the hell you think I could put a black dick?
Sadia just blew up the fucking Rumble audience.
Yeah.
Thank you,
No
Sadia.
disrespect.
Yeah.
Okay, when I get a billboard, then we'll have, adequate representation. But it literally would not fit. So it was a choice based on practical facts.
This is comedy, people. This is comedy, right? As opposed to an idiot like all the late night crowd, while Gutfeld is king of late night. The Kimmels and Colbert and James
And the Fallons.
and Fallon. They're all leftist message talking point preachers trying to disguise their garbage as spiteful jokes. It's not funny. Who wants to see that?
Yeah. Before we continue, guys, you want to check more about Sadia? You check her up on Sadia Music on Insta. Sadia likes to use Insta. It's Instagram for all you millennials out there that don't understand what we're talking about. And then also check her out on Spotify and YouTube. She's all over the place in a good way. Just check her out, Sadia Caron, and she'll pop up all over the place. And check, guys, if you're in Vegas, check her out. She's at many different types of clubs.
Yeah.
You're at Wise Guys, aren't you? That's your club, right, Sadia? Wise Guys.
Yeah. I'm not going to be at the library or the Deja Vu. I mean, I don't think so.
Oh God, you're going to be on the stage dancing, Sadia?
They'll let me keep my clothes on and do comedy. I'm down.
Sadia, you know what? Hold on, Joseph. You got something then. You just mentioned that. You can be the first in your industry that can do live nude comedy right on this fucking set. That's your fucking setup then.
Nude comedy?
I'm just throwing it out to you. I'm sorry. You mentioned that, so I'm throwing it out to you. I'm giving you a suggestion.
If I'm nude, no guy's going to be listening to the fucking comedy. All right?
Yeah.
My body's going to be so distracting that
You
I
might.
can just stand there.
You might get some looks. I don't know.
And Michael, they don't want Sadia upstaging the other, I mean, entertainers by showing her body.
I keep my clothes on until I'm married. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, and to Sadia's name, it looks like Cardone. It's Cardone. Cardone. Like Leonard. It's not French. It's not Leonard. It's Leonard without an O. So when you're looking, it's Cardone.
No. There's no D. Car 1.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed it up myself. Yeah.
Well, I've been saying Savage Unfiltered instead of Savage.
Savage,
Yeah, don't say savage. You're giving all new possible listeners and followers over to Michael Savage, the Savage Nation. This is the Savage Army. It's two
I'm
different.
so sorry. Savage.
It's okay. It's
right.
Okay.
Although I gotta say, I think we should rebrand, Michael. We should become the fucking Unfiltered Show, so we could be FU for show, short. Right?
We already are, Joseph. We are the fucking nation, the fucking Unfiltered Nation, or whatever the hell you just said.
Yeah, fucking Unfiltered. FU for short. Yeah.
Yeah. Shaky fucking. He dropped his coffee on this one. Anyways, but it's just what are we gonna do? We're talking about entertainment. We're talking about comedy. We're talking about strippers. We're talking about everything. Like, how is the entertainment business gonna take its next giant leap? Like the man stepped on the moon in the 60s and 70s. How are we going to make this possible? How? Do we have to tip more? Do we have to increase? Sadia is a big hand on that one. Yeah, I mean,
okay, look. I think back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was like, ooh, naked girls. It was really hard to see hot naked chicks live. But again, the internet changed all of that.
Was it hard though?
I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out like what changed. But we entertain to communicate, as we've talked about, and we need to figure out what need is there. The need, I think, is for community. So it's not, 15 individual guys staring at girls, because they can do that at home. We want to have a community. We want to talk about our fears. We want to laugh about them. We want solutions to the political stuff, to the mental health issues. And comics normally are the cutting edge of that. If the strip club can figure out what need is there that I can address.
All right, let's not talk about strip clubs for now. Let's talk about comedy. You're in comedy. You're in entertainment, but on another level of the industry. You do comedy, and you also you have done movies and stuff like that. Like, what is going on wrong with the entertainment business, Sadia? Like, for instance, why aren't people paying money to go see stand-up comedians as much as they were in the 70s and 80s? I'm using the 70s and 80s because that's where the boom was in the entertainment. Like, why aren't people going? Is it because of the content or material? They're just not funny. They suck, or they are funny, but the prices are just tremendously high to get in.
Okay, I'm going to go a little sideways on this. We owe China a lot of money, so I'm going to address Hollywood first, and then I'll get back to the comedy clubs. Producers in Hollywood literally will not make Chinese bad guys because they want to be able to distribute their films in China. So to make a couple extra 100 million, they're like, okay, China, oh, no problem. Oh, we'll make the bad guy something else. So we don't even have freedom of expression in Hollywood anymore because the producers, you can say they're un-American, you can say they're greedy, the almighty dollar. So our films, aren't as good as they should be. In terms of comedy itself, I mean, there are not a lot of women in comedy, and it can be tough. Some of these guys are saying some really nasty and offensive and unfunny things. There is a guy who's making jokes about rape, and I'm like, okay, that's not funny. There was a comic at a club I went to who literally told one of the comics to kill himself, and I'm like, we don't do that. That's not funny. Like, we have to draw the line somewhere. We're kind of anything goes now these days, but some stuff is off the table. Don't you ever tell someone to self-harm. That is not okay. I can joke about it if it's about me, but there's certain things that you just can't touch, but people are trying to shock. Nothing is shocking anymore. And we've just crossed the line from funny and clever to absolutely disgusting. That's my two cents.
Yeah, Sadia, check this out here. I want to put this graphic up here, guys. You're gonna want to check this out because Sadia just mentioned something that has somewhat of relevancy of what I'm about to say. We're talking about like, what the hell were we talking about? Shit, I just lost my fucking train of thought. Anyways, oh, there it is. Here's the graphic here. The media, our media, guys, is a fucking joke. Look at this graphic in this thing here with Donald Trump sitting in the limelight, and then you have China Joe that fell over, and then you had Hunter Biden, that disgusting. What the hell is that? What is that? Whitey tighty shaky or something?
Yeah,
anyway.
That's one of the photos that the New York Post released of Hunter.
Yeah, the media is a joke. Look at this. When they're in desperation mode. Yeah, the MeUndies, Joseph. Yeah, he's wearing MeUndies. No, the media is in desperation mode because they'll when they're not getting the ratings, they're not getting the sell points, when they're not getting the talking points, all that stuff. What do? They go to somebody that can get it done. We just discussed that last week, Joseph and I, about this bit here that we're talking about, right, Joseph? I mean, what do you think is going wrong? Like, where are we going as a nation, Joseph? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. And again, all the additional insertions of MeUndies that they're not paying for ads. Remember, pass my address along to them. They owe me some free product for all these free plugs they're getting. But yeah, I mean, it's the younger generation and the lack of any real education, and the younger generation isn't prudish because they're having porn peddled on them in schools rather than To Kill a Mockingbird classic to discuss issues of race around. CRT is there instead. So it's not as if the younger generation are prudish. It's just that, again, all the self-esteem. Everybody gets your trophy. You're special. The world evolves and revolves around you all the time. That's where everything's gone wrong of late.
You think so? I hope so, Joseph. I really do. I hope that's where the world is going wrong. I really do.
Jack and take that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Guys, we're about to close it out here. We're about to close it out.
I hope that we're able. I hope that we're able to reverse that and correct that. And I'm talking to you, supposed fellow Christians in the audience. I wrote an article on this. Will real Christians save America? Not the fake Catholics. I'm a real Catholic. Not a fake Catholic like Biden or Pelosi. Are you getting off your ass, going to school board meetings and demanding our parental rights back, or are you only bitching online, virtue signaling online like a leftist troll snowflake? You've got to do, not just talk.
Yeah. Well, Joseph, I want to comment on something real quick with you, and then we'll close it out here. I think... Joseph, turn your fucking phone off, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah,
anyway.
I got a text.
Yeah.
You
got a text?
Yeah, my cell phone is attached to my home phone via Bluetooth. So when a text come in, it announces you got a text from so-and-so, so I don't miss it. So.
Joseph, you got it. Let me tell you something here, guys, okay? Joseph has to pick a background. You had a background at the beginning of the show. Now it's back to the Joe original here with Terror Strikes and How to Write a Book.
Hey, I got to mix it up, right? Yeah. I got to sell some books. Promote. Always got to promote, like in How to Write a Book and Get It Published, hints, tips, and techniques, the marketing chapter. You've always got to. Sadia is promoting her stuff, right, Sadia? Promote. Always got to.
Yeah, she's promoting. Speaking of promoting here, I'm going to promote Sadia. Sadia was just on a show. Good buddies of mine. I know them. Static Radio. You guys could check out that episode with Sadia, with Static Radio with Bob Lament. It's like cement, but with an L. And then she was on with a good friend of mine up in New Jersey, Walt Blau, on B-Raw Podcast. Yeah, did you have fun with that, Sadia? They're a good set of guys, aren't they? Yeah.
Thank you so much for recommending me. You know good people. It was a lot of fun. You know a lot of good people.
Yeah. No, they're not all good though, Sadia. Some of them are assholes, you know. Like Joseph here, he's an asshole. We just put up with him because he's, you know. No, but you know.
Well, other than that, perfect. But it has been great being part of your world.
Well, thank you. I mean that to the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. And you know, and then you know, guys, we had David here, known as the PreacherMan. David here. Frazier Chronicles, guys, you check him out. Frazier, what's going on, buddy? I seen a couple of your shows, man. It looks like you're doing pretty well for yourself, man. Got any more coming out, or you want to talk about that before we close it out, or what?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm pushing a lot of merch now.
I see that. Yeah,
I'm about to start looking to put a tour together, actually, to do some on stage, like a tour from on stages. Like a podcast on stage type deal, kind of just going around different places. So I'm getting that, drawing that whole production thing up now, and then trying to see where to go, where to start, and just how to get everything rolling. Because I believe that it's unity in the community time. A lot of people don't know about podcasts, and a lot of people don't know about just networking in general. So it's an opportunity now to just bring like-minded brains to a stage, different places, and just get involved.
Yeah, I seen you were out in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta.
Not doing that podcast convention out there, right?
Yes, it was a podcast convention out there with Charlemagne the God and a lot of other celebrities out in Atlanta. It was a great thing to see different themes, to see different backgrounds and how people are doing different podcast, radio, and just entertainment all around. It was really awesome. And I was like, that's it. So now when I looked at it, I was like, and I'm gonna make it quick, but in a nutshell, I realized when I go to a lot of these places, a lot of people are just regular people wanting legit answers to their questions and to their problems and to how to just break into the industry, how to take your own brand and make it worldwide. So I mean, it's just things like that, and that's what I'm getting into. I don't want to push too much out too quick with brain overload, but it's exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome, David. It's awesome that you're getting into merchandise. We're getting into merchandise here on Savaged Unfiltered, guys. We'll plug it in right now, guys. If you go over to savagedarmy.com, guys, you're going to see some merchandise dropping. We got some really, really good ones. Don't Be a Karen, which is, I mean, really, 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 original. We got some Joseph M. Leonard original merchandise coming out. That comes out actually tomorrow and going into tonight. So I got to stop saying tonight, tomorrow. It's a bad habit, guys, because depending on how you view this, like I always joke around with Joseph, like, Michael, stop saying tonight and tomorrow, because they could be listening to it 2-3 weeks later. And then they're looking for it. And they're like, he's a fucking damn liar. He didn't say it's not coming out tonight. Came out 2 weeks ago, but hey, it is what it is, guys. So head over to savagedarmy.com. Use the promo code, guys. I think we have another Shaky. What do we have? Okay. We have another I think a couple more weeks until our promo code Early Bird goes expired. We'll throw out some more promo codes for you guys on Savaged Unfiltered, the listeners here that tune into the show. But if you use promo code Early Bird, you're going to get 10% off the complete entire order. So check it out, guys. Now, here's where the confusion is. I have to throw this in. Okay, very, very important. If you're doing the pay-as-you-go feature on that website, because we have a pay-as-you-go feature, we threw that in, especially a lot of people on budgeting times. I get it. We're in unprecedented times. If you go over and you use what the hell is it? Zip? I think it's Zip on there. One of those companies, Zip. If you're familiar with Zip, there's a feature where you can pay, like, say the order is like $12. You can pay the weekly installments, like $4 here, $4 there, $4 there. Great feature until it gets paid off. Almost like back in the day, there was a company called Kmart. They would do these layaway things, and you can pay as you go. Walmart does the Christmas layaway. Same concept. So just throwing that out there. Guys, I'm done. I'm done talking. I got to get Joseph and I got to get ready for another show here. We got to do for a regular recording for Rumble and Spotify, iHeart, and all that other stuff. You guys have anything lasting here that you want to talk about? I'll throw it to Joseph. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, saying tomorrow, as long as you throw in tomorrow, June 11th, for those of you watching it now live or on the day the show drops. Yeah. So that when they're watching 2 weeks later, they understand, tomorrow as in the 11th, because it dropped on the 10th. Then you're okay. And as far as calling me an asshole, boy, was that long overdue, Michael, with all the in fun, loving jabs I take at you, like I did at the top of the show about the hairpiece. You were long overdue to take a shot at me. And people, it's all in fun. Joking around shit is so damn serious. You gotta keep a sense of humor. And that's why there's a comic relief chapter.
All right, Joseph, get off the fucking air. You're an asshole. You're fucking my fucking... No, I'm just playing with you, buddy. No. It's all good fun. All good fun, yeah.
Shit is so serious. You gotta keep a sense of humor, which is why there's a comic relief chapter in my Terror Strikes book. Very serious, but that's a serious point, too. You'll go crazy and be crying in the corner all the damn time if you can't keep your sense of humor.
Yeah, amen to that.
Right,
amen
Sadia? I'm sure Sadia will agree. But again, of course, she makes money off of making us laugh.
Well, they say that the best comedy comes from the worst tragedy. And I'm really glad that in 2023 and moving forward, we're talking about mental health and men's mental health. One thing that helps me, I can't stop the war in Ukraine. I can't do anything about Joe Biden except vote in the next election. I just keep my corner clean. When I'm out in the world, I try to be a positive influence. I try to spread some joy and some happiness. Here's a fun fact. I worked a convention recently.
It is a myth that terrorism stopped during COVID. Unfortunately, mainstream media opted to prioritize pandemic hysteria over promoting all news. Terrorism continues. Simply hoping that it doesn't affect you is not a strategy. The new book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, featured on The Author Show, is now available in paperback from bookstores, online, or as an ebook exclusively through Amazon Kindle. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you by Joseph M. Leonard. Order today.
Because occasionally, you gotta grab a day job. This woman checked in, and her last name, I swear to God, was Allcock. Allcock. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to make a joke. I'm like, no, I can't make a joke. I'm like, I have got to make a joke. So I compromised, and it came out kind of squeaky. I was like, is that your maiden name? No, it was her married name. I was like, wow, truth in advertising? And then I had to shut up because the boss came by.
Oh, God. Funny stuff. Guys, we're going to close it out here. I want to do some plugins, last-minute plugins. I love plugins. I love publicity. I love promotion. I love all that. Good publicity, actually, not bad publicity. You can do publicity, and it can turn into really, really bad shit. Like the Miller stuff. You can take a bad shit and turn it into good shit, right? But that's Miller Lite. We don't do that here. We don't believe in all that. You must save Miller Lite, because if it's not because of women did this. Fuck that stupid shit.
Okay, what is a woman again?
Yeah.
What's that? Wait, what was that?
Yeah.
I said, what is a woman? Exactly?
Oh, you haven't heard the Miller Lite commercial
No,
yet,
I totally know. I know, but that's not a woman?
No. It's a. Well, I hope it's a woman. You never know, Sadia, with the fucking modern technology they can do. You know, if that's right? If that's a man, that's a really attractive looking man in that commercial.
What, are we talking about the same thing?
I don't know. What are you talking about, Sadia?
I don't know. I think
we're confused. It's okay. Anyway, no. I'm talking about the whole fucking back label of that whole commercial, you know, like where they're trying to make bad shit into good shit. They're like, you can make bad shit into good shit. Take all your bad shit, and if you have bad beer from your grandpa's attic or your uncle's garage somewhere, send it into Miller Lite and we'll make it into good shit. Like what the hell? Like, I don't understand why these people do this crap. I don't. You know?
No, Michael, I think there's a big difference, though, between the Budweiser, which was absolutely over the line, woke sellout bullshit with Dylan Mulvaney. People, you need to see the Why Budweiser episode about that. And Michael's referring to another episode, Good Shit to Bad Shit, about Miller Lite. And I still think Miller Lite wasn't going woke there. They were mocking.
They were doing the feminism shit. I don't like that feminism fucking bullshit. You know, come on now. Get rid of that stuff. That's what's destroying our nation, Joseph.
Yeah. No, again, I think it was attempted to be tongue-in-cheek, a spoof, a parody ad. You don't say shit in a serious ad 12 times. It was a joke ad, and the joke fell flat because people are so fucking touchy these days and react with knee-jerk emotion rather than thinking things through.
Well, Joseph, here's the thing, and I'm gonna lighten you guys because I gotta get off the air because I'm making it stale now. Now I'm turning into one of these dancers at the fucking strip club, but I got the stale look on my face. But no. I'm not touchy, but when I get touchy is here's the thing. You're like, Joseph's right, you know, stop getting touchy. Mike, stop getting touchy. No, I'm not getting touchy. I'm getting frustrated because I'm tired of seeing this garbage, literally garbage, manure spilt all over media, social media, you know, all over the place, billboards. I mean, God, stop knocking off with this garbage.
No.
We wouldn't have to be doing podcasting like this, Joseph, you know, if everything was normal. You know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, Michael, and that's why
we got to get going soon, Joseph.
But yeah, I think the Miller Lite attempt at spoof failed because, again, and Miller Lite should have known this too, that it probably wouldn't land like they hoped it would, because we have become so hypersensitive, because we are so fucking beyond frustrated with all this woke EGS bullshit. They're busy, these corporations in the boardrooms are now so busy chasing EGS pennies. If you don't know what that is, look it up. That dollars are flooding out the back door. Budweiser lost billions. Target lost billions out the back door in lost stock value, in lost revenue, because they're catering to the ESG like BlackRock and other investment groups that are peddling this woke ESG agenda.
Oh yeah, guys, that's it. I promise we're closing it out. We have to. We got Joseph and I. We got to get Joseph. We have to like one more show after this, and then we're done. You know. And then, of course, behind the scenes with me and Joseph, we always goof. But, guys, I want to thank the people that tuned into Rumble. Really good feedback, Joseph. I'm seeing it on my end with the broadcast here. Constantly looking to the left because I have another computer right here, and then the main computer with the camera. The broadcasting here coming in was the first half hour. What is that? 500 people. So awesome stuff. And then we're now up to 6,455 viewers. So thank you very much. It was a success, the first Rumble Live. So thank you very much for tuning in to Savaged Unfiltered. Guys, we're going to be doing this on a weekly basis every Saturday, guys. Here's the thing. Here's the caviar. Don't worry, the regular listeners of Savaged Unfiltered, if you have missed this entire yes, Joseph laughing. If you missed this entire broadcast, it will replay in its full entirety on both formats, on video through the regular Rumble feed, not the live, because this will not be live on Rumble. Once it goes off the air right now on Rumble, you can't see the instant live again with all the reactions and everything else. You'll see the regular video formats that we put into Rumble. So this entire thing will be uploaded to Rumble this Monday, okay? Or if you're into audio, you can listen to the audio format on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, all over the place. So highly suggest you check it out, guys. So every Saturday around noonish, I say noonish because it fluctuates depending on me or Shaky when he gets his ass together and stops being late. Anyway, yeah, you over there, talking to you. But every Saturday, check us out. Tremendous stuff, guys. Also, Tuesday, guys, I want to highly suggest you check out an episode. We're going to be talking about Savage Trivia, kind of a thing I coined here on the show, stealing a little of Joseph M. Leonard's terminology of wording. This Tuesday, check us out, Savage Trivia. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about like different things, like just guessing, like if you really know what you say you know. So check us out on Tuesday. And then behind the scenes on Wednesday. So really good shows. Yeah. I'm done talking, Joseph. Anything, please. 30 seconds or less. We have to get off the air, buddy.
Yeah. One last thing is your elevator pitch show coming up, too. I'm looking forward to that. And I get to now be the Savaged and Filtered grammar Nazi. Michael was tired. He, of course, meant caveat, not caviar.
Caviar. Did I say caviar? You could see in my eyes. Yes. I want to blame it on the lack of sleep from this week, being down in Miami, working with like high explosives of sound that were really, really hard in my ears. I asked them for earplugs, but they're like, we don't have earplugs. Like, my fucking ears hurt. I'm like a little baby. But anyway. Anyway, guys, I want to thank Sadia for coming on. Check her out. Sadia Music all over the place. If you're in Vegas, check her out. She's a very, very good, funny comedian. Yeah, that's that, guys. And check out Mr. Joe. That's all, folks. David, a.k.a. the PreacherMan. Yes, my wording is slipping, David. I can't talk. I sound like Joe Biden. Yeah, check him out, guys. David, a.k.a. the PreacherMan, Fraser Chronicles on iHeart, Amazon. You're all over the place, aren't you, David?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There's a website, too, right, David? Like FraserChronicles.com? Yeah, I know about the website. Yeah, you have plug in, buddy. I'll give you a couple minutes to plug in.
Oh, so I'm on FraserChronicles.com. You can check me out and check out all my live or my latest podcast on there. You can also check out the video feeds as well when I do all my videos. So I'm there. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is included. So I'm kind of everywhere. You can find me. Not too hard to find.
And by the way, guys, this is the white version of Joseph M. Leonard, because Joseph is the black version of David, aka the PreacherMan. We have to throw that in. That was a little joke. Shaky putting the notation in my ear from the private chat that he gets. So yeah. Guys, thanks very much. Keep it savage, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Thank you.